I want to thank all of you for coming out here today. Today is a very important event. As we've said on several occasions, after elections in New York City, we have a tradition of coming together and working together and putting our differences behind us for the best interests of our community, in this case for the interests of Brooklyn. I will tell you that I've actually had the opportunity on several occasions now to get to know Ken Thompson. I've met Ken Thompson, I've sat with Ken Thompson, I've spoken to Ken Thompson, I've had Ken Thompson meet with community leaders, and I've even had him on my radio show. So it's my pleasure today to endorse Ken Thompson for District Attorney, and I do that not just on my own, I do that backed by the wide scope of the Jewish community's leadership here at Borough Park. I want to thank them for joining us. I'll just mention their names. Rabbi Yerucham Silver, who's here for affiliation purposes. Those of you who don't know him, he's also happens to be the executive director of the Borough Park JCC, although of course all these folks are here in their personal capacity because of course nonprofits do not endorse. And I got to tell you folks, people have actually said in the past, crime can't go down any further, right? We've had that under every administration, under any administration. Well, that's sort of public safety related as well. Under every administration, people have said that, and I want to tell you that I think that from speaking to Ken and having an opportunity to get to know him, I think he has a commitment, and I actually think that things can get even safer under his programs and his visions and his guidance and his leadership. So it's my pleasure to stand here with the leaders of the community, and I always point that out, that in the end of the day, I'm just a spokesperson. These are the folks who run the community. I'm just the person that gets paid on their behalf to speak and to advocate, and that's what I'm doing here today. But these are the folks who are here, who are supporting Ken, who are going to make sure that the community understands that it's in the community's interest and it's in Brooklyn's interest to unite around Ken Thompson for District Attorney. So without further ado, I give you the next District Attorney of the Borough of Brooklyn, the County of Kings, Ken Thompson.
Thank you. I want to thank Councilman Greenfield. I want to also thank all the leaders who are standing here with me. I am determined to make sure that the Brooklyn DA's office is one that will keep us safe on the streets and in our homes, but also one that will be based on fundamental fairness, no matter where you live. And I've had a great opportunity over the last couple of months to come through Borough Park, go through Williamsburg, and I intend to be a champion of this community, a champion of all communities. And I look forward to working hand in hand to make sure that the people of Borough Park, the people of Brooklyn, remain safe, and that we have a community that everyone understands that justice must be the final say. We must have a DA that ultimately will get up every morning to keep us safe and not be interested in doing anything else but making sure that we're all treated fairly and that our children are safe. I thank you for coming. I am here today, but I'm going to come back to this community over and over. I want to meet as many people in the community. I want them to know that when I become DA, that this community is going to be stronger, this community is going to be safer with the Ken Thompson as Brooklyn DA. And the partnership that I'm going to have with Councilman Greenfield is going to be an important one, because I want to learn as much as I can about the community. I want to know about the issues, and I want to know how I, as Brooklyn DA, can serve the community better. So thank you very much, Councilman. This is my honor to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for everyone showing up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have to run, he has to run, but if you have questions, I'll take them very quickly.
Sure.
Yes.
The community voted overwhelmingly for Charles Hines in the primary.
Yes.
I mean, do you think your endorsement will make a difference? Like almost 6-1 for
I don't,
Charles Hines
listen,
in his
it's once again, it's not, I don't think I have any magical powers. I think that what happened was that the community leadership, which as I pointed out, I'm only a spokesperson of, had rallied around Charles Hines, at the time was the incumbent, and therefore he got the support. I think what you're seeing right now is that post a primary, the community is coming together with the rest of Brooklyn, and we are now rallying behind Ken Thompson. So I certainly expect that Ken Thompson will do very well in this community, not because I have some sort of magical power of my endorsement, because the leadership of the community is supporting Mr. Thompson.
And some very strong words for Ken Thompson in the primary, and there's a lot of controversy around that. You said after you met with him after the primary, and that changed your mind. I mean, what happened? You're pretty harsh on him.
So I think, well, I was saying that we have a tradition that after elections are over, coming together, we also have a tradition in New York City of running tough elections. Right? I mean, this is not Kansas, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we all appreciate that when you're on opposite sides, that elections do get contentious. But part of what makes us effective leaders is that we come together after elections and we sit down and we hash things out. And the answer is exactly that. I did not know Ken Thompson. I don't think we had ever met. In fact, the first time we had met after the primary, I wasn't sure if it was him and he wasn't sure if it was me. And then we used that as an opportunity to reach out, sit down, and to get an understanding.